Hello and welcome to an impromptu Homebrew Wednesday. First one of 2016, but I just had to do it. I just had to get a brew on. I've been watching these guys on, excuse me, I'm down in the cellar, hence the mess. On here, there's Harry Brew, well, typical, they're not on screen at the moment, but Tom and Harry are brewing the Coconut Shy PA at Idle Valley Brewing. So I've been watching these guys, and you know, sometimes you just need to kick up the arse. I've had some grains delivered, I've had some yeast delivered, I've had some hops delivered, and the intention has been to move my brew house from the shed to the cellar, which is where I am now. So my intention today is to get that mess over there cleared, and yes, there is a lot of mess, but by the end of today, my plan is to have enough space cleared, possibly even a light working, so there's light over here, have light working, have some space cleared, possibly even have some sort of extraction in, and get a brew on. It's going to be a brew in a bag, nice and simple. I'm actually going to do Tom's Columbus Pale Ale, that he's been new to, Homebrew Tom's. I'm going to do the recipe for that, just as a nice start off. I've got some Columbus. I've got the grains, so why not? Let's see. It's just gone 2 o'clock. Well, it's 2 o'clock now. I know I've got to pop out and get something for some extraction, but I'm hoping I can make up a shelf, get the kegs down here, get it cleaned out. There's water down here. If I don't do it now, it's just going to be a matter of, it's just going to be months, and I need to get a brew on. So I'll be back. Oh, talking about being back. Oh, can you? Who? I can hear them. Anyway, this is an absolute mess in the cellar at the moment. We've been doing up this house, and as you can see, I've got insulation, I've got cardboard boxes, I've got loads of stuff down here. But look, I'm starting shelving, racking it all out. But the intention is this will be the brew house, this side of the archway. There we are. Let me show you. There's Harry and there's Tom. Alright, back in the cellar now. Just thought I'd give you an update as to where we're at. So I've cleared all the junk that was in the area, and the intention is, there's a sort of overview of the area. You can see a freezer I've got there at the moment. That's going to be the hop storage freezer. If there's enough height, I'm going to put a fermentation fridge on top of it, where that box is now, but we shall see. First of all, I must say, these walls, it's an old building, and it does suffer with a bit of dampness, this place. It floods now and again, so there is floor drains and everything in the cellar already, and a sump pump in the middle. So the walls are a bit manky, so my intention will be, in this area here, around here, there's the, what do you call it, like a window out to outside. The intention will be to clad that area there with UPVC or acrylic panels or something, just to make it all sanitary. And then I'm going to raise in the floor, but that isn't happening tonight. So the plan will be, the brewery will be set up here. So we're going to get the free, long term, it will have the free vessels. Tonight, obviously, we're just going to do a boil in the bag. So I need to put some sort of platform in. I'll be looking at heights and stuff. I was going to put it standard worktop. But I've also got a nice LED strip lighting, which should provide some good light for videos when we're going. But not obviously like that. Right, but, so, also limited a little bit on the height in this cellar. As you can see, I'm just, well, obviously I'm in the archway, just standing here. It's a little bit taller just there where the brewery will be, which is ideal. And one of the things I've also decided to say, height of the brewery itself, I'm basing it off a standard pub table height. So it's going to be a little bit lower than standard worktops. 60 centimetres from the floor, basically, I'm going to put my worktop at. Also tonight I've been out and grabbed a bit of worktop from Wickes. There was a bit smashed up they had in Wickes. It's only the 38mm thick stuff. Reduced to a 5er. Perfect. So I've got a bit of worktop. I'm going to cut that in over there. Going to build, because it's only the 38, well, the 28 30mm thick stuff. I'm going to build a platform for it to sit on with some 3x2s or 4x2s. I'm not sure what I got. I just picked up a bit of wood. So basically it's going to go between these two posts here and here. Not in the cellar anymore. I'm just back from the shops and I am currently constructing, as you can see here, constructing. I've been to Range and bought $3.99. I've bought 2 of these stainless steel colanders, and I've drilled 4 holes in the bottom. There's 1 hole there, a hole there, well, 4 holes, and this, I've sort of, intention of this, because I've never done brewing a bag in my kegels before, this should stop the bag, hopefully, touching the element. So it's going to sit up on these 4 legs. I'll show you in a second once I've got the rest on.
All stainless steel. Yep, right.
Right, now we have it. We have a colander with 4 legs. So, my mate just got to pop that in the keg, give it a tighten up, see it all fits nicely. Alrighty. As you wait here, I'll show you what else I have purchased. Been to Tool Station, let me just put it down. Ooh. The old bag for life. I have got some clips for holding the bag in the bag, brew in the bag on the keg. I've got 3 of those. I've got some pipe bits, I've got to arrange some piping in the cellar, some cable ties, extractor fan, pardon me. Ooh, one of these. There's a fan in this end in there. I don't know if you can just see that. There's a fan in there and 100mm. So I couldn't get any of the foil sort of expandy hose stuff. I've only got the plastic, so if it melts, so be it. But the idea is this, I'm going to vent to outside. Got one of these sort of things to put on the outside with it's got a thing to stop the wind blowing back against it. That's going to come back to the fan, and then from the fan, as I said earlier, I bought 2 of these. So I've got my modified one down there with the holes in it, my unmodified one. The idea here is I am going to, actually I've made my mind up since buying it. My intention was I was going to cut out this middle bit with a jigsaw, cut these and bend them up to then create somewhere I could seal that on. Because this fits quite nicely on top of the keg with the handles touching like the remaining bit around the rim as like an extraction hood. And obviously you've got the holes for the air to be drawn in from the outside while obviously extracting the steam from underneath, and hopefully it wouldn't cause much condensation. So my original idea was to cut out this, bend these up, maybe like tin snip these down, but looking at it since I'm home, not very good in the light there, this has only got 4 little spot welds on it. Pardon me. So although I haven't got the bits on me tonight, what I'm going to do is try and break off this, break the 4 spot welds. I mean, it bends up anyway. So, cut a hole in here. As I say, buy something similar to this. I'm going to cut this then back, just so I've got like a bit of the plastic bit and a sort of flange remaining. Flange. Yeah, a bit of flange. So just something like this is only a couple of quid. I think there's a cheaper one, or even there's a round one. I might see if the round one's any good. So then Mount that on the inside with the plastic, I'll call it a spigot, I think might be a good word for it, spigot, sticking out, which will allow that just to go straight onto it. And then hopefully that will stop the old dampy in the cellar. This morning, didn't get around to the brew last night. You know what it's like, everything takes longer than what you expect. Let's have a little run through. So last night, I put the, I don't know how far, that's the other thing, I've run out of memory on my phone, so I'm using this camera. I brought the keg down, cleaned it all out, flushed out with cold water. I fitted an extractor fan, just temporarily. I've actually decided a better place to fit that, but it's going to work for today. Basically got everything clean, beer side, cleaned out the fermenter, but by the time I finished, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I wasn't going to start a brew then, as tempting as that may have been. So I've been up since 7. I've just filled the boiler with 40 litres. I'm doing a no sparge brew in a bag, my first one of those. I'm just being lazy, to be honest. Let's just get a brew underway. Right, I just thought I'd give you a quick tour of the setup. Ignore the dust where I've just drilled a hole in the wall. I'm going to clean that up in a bit. Right, so the control panel is on the wall. I think I've done a video on this before. Nice and simple. 2 PIDs, one for the boil, one for the hot liquor tank. That one's obviously not connected at the moment, and I've also got my stepped mash controller in the middle, like so. But I'm not running that today. But that'd be perfect for brewing the bags. Pump controls, internal fan controls, a timer. Then I have got the keg, and I've just put the bag in and put my clips that I bought yesterday at Toolstation in. Then I have got, at the moment, just the extractor fan here leading up. The fan's here and it's chooching outside. I don't know if you can probably see that out there. But I'm going to reposition this, and let me give you the overall view again. Come back a bit. So obviously there's room in the middle for my cool box, hot liquor tank over there. I've just got some supplies stacked up there for now. But the idea will be the 3 vessels, but that is going to go further up into the void. So it's not going to take up so much room there. Yeah, so where are we now? We are at 53 degrees. And all the grains are ready. I bought the grains this time from the Irish homebrew shop. Had a little bit of difficulty. Oh well, not difficulty yet. Excuse me. Had a little problem with the delivery. The box was split when it arrived, which is great, and it had stickers on it saying kindly rewrapped or resealed with care by DPD. Well, thank you for resealing the bag with care, box with care. But where are half of my yeasts and one of my bags of grain? So I guess we've got a homebrewer working for DPD or a mouse. But I've emailed the guys over in Ireland. I'm sure they will sort it out somehow. This is only Friday I emailed them. But there's enough grains for today's brew, and I say I'm 2 packets of yeast short, so I've got enough for today, which is all good. Right, I guess the next bit will be mashing in. So I've got the grain bag. This is from brewinabag.co.uk. I think Brewmaster Ben recommended them. So it fits perfectly around the top of the old keggle. Okay guys, I've just mashed in. What a messy job meshing in is. I've been so used to underletting. But anyway, I've mashed in. Currently sitting at 67.1. I wanted 62. I mean, sorry, 67.1. I wanted 66.2, so I'm within a degree, which is what I'm happy with that. Just checking it with the old manual thermometer. Just to double check, you know, I don't always trust these digital ones. I'm just recirculating as well. I'm pulling some water out the bottom, coming back over, pumping it back in the top. Going to keep that going throughout the mash, just so hopefully keep a consistent temperature throughout the grain. 65, 67. I'm getting 67, which is nice. I've set the PID to 66. Well, it's at 66 now. There we are. I've got the extraction running. I say I'm just recirculating. I'm going to leave it now for probably a good hour, maybe give it an hour and 20, just to see. I don't want to obviously over extract, but as I'm not going to be doing a sparge, I am going to ramp the temperature up near the end, probably to 76. Just obviously get the last of the sugars out. I will also, well, in the hour I'm leaving this, I'm actually going to pop out to Tool Station. I'm going to see if I can get the plastic bit that I was talking about yesterday to hopefully build my extraction hood for the boil. Right, I am back from Tool Station. In the end, I bought another flappy thing for outside, and I've decided to change the one that I bought yesterday, so now I've cut that one up, and so that's the piece of white plastic you can just see around here. This then fits on, and I've cut the top of the colander off. I'll get it out. There we are. It cracks a little bit because it's proper monkey plastic, but you get the idea. So that extracts through there. That's attached there, and those two side bits of the colander just pick up on. Let me bring you over. To unplug you for a second. Whoop. They pick up on. Right, I was just going to show you. I'm just coming up to a boil. Just starting now. How effective this fan is. If you look, I've got no steam at all. I'm just going to come behind you. I'm just going to turn the fan off. I don't know if it's visible to you guys. Let's see. Steam. Oh, you can't really. I don't know. You might. Yeah, you can see there. And now, as soon as I put this back on, absolutely no steam at all. That's performing absolutely spectacularly, and I'm well happy with that. I say just coming up to rolling boil now. There's quite a lot of proteins, so it's going to be quite a big hot break. But I'm ready for it. Look, proteins. This was the Irish Pale Malt. I can't remember the brand of it, but it was from the obviously the homebrew company in Ireland. Yeah, just coming up to boil now. Boil now. I mean, I hopefully don't get a boil over. I did have a bit of a problem actually at the end of my sparge or raise of temperature. I couldn't achieve. It wasn't increasing up to boil, but it actually turned out this switch here is dodgy, and this switch is between the output of the PID and the input of the solid state relay. So that was stopping the output actually turning the relay on. So I need to address that afterwards. Evening. I don't know where to start, to be fair. Right, okay. The camera caused me multiple problems, so I thought, frig it, just do the brew, don't worry about YouTube. And I thought, no, let's carry on. But, alright, scrap all that. I'll give you a highlight. What's happening now? I'm running off into the fermenter. To be fair, it's already cold enough. So I've got Mango Jack's M44. Yeasties. Beautiful yeasties. I'm not even going to take a temperature measure because it's cold enough. Friggin' fucking right it is. Right. So, where can I go wrong? Right, first of all, extraction fan filled up with water. That's drilled a hole in the bottom of it. Extraction hood. Sorry, condense. Extraction hood worked brilliant, but I had a big old banana in the hose, full of condense as well, or condensation. So I finished the boil, chilled it to 70 or 84 degrees, threw in the last 30 grams, threw a bit of foil in the old Star San, smashed it on top. To be honest, I fucked off for an hour. Excuse my French. So, it was less than 70 degrees. I covered it over. Still got the water chiller in, filling up the old HLT with a bit of cleaning water, and I'm just now bubbling it down. Nice and gentle into the fermenter, and you just saw me pitch the yeast. Am I disappointed? A little bit. What a day. I just thought I'd do a simple brew. I think it goes to prove all you guys who've spent the money on the old Grain Fathers and the German whatever they are. Do you know what? If I could, I would. Do you know what? I'd go and spend that money now, because you just want a simple day brewing. You want to produce some good beer. First brew of 2016. To be fair, with a brew house set up in one day. It's good to be back, boys. To all the other home brewers that I follow, cheers.